From a TikTok ad all the way to my desk, if you've clicked on this video, you're here to see if Oblvlo is a legit brand and to see what the quality of their watches is like. By the end of this video, both of those expectations will be met. Now, I won't bore you with information that you can easily read on their website yourself, but in summary, they claim to be a young, independent watch brand from France. Oblvlo advocates creating an elegant French lifestyle at a reasonable price, letting fashion and romance bloom on the wrist. Now, as much as the watch community hates China for some reason, I do like how transparent they are with the fact that their watches are designed in Paris and manufactured in China. On their website, they claim to use movements like the ETA in Switzerland and Citizen in Japan, whatever that means. Another green flag is that they sell on Amazon and on AliExpress, in addition to their own site where I got mine from. So that brings some social proof. And while that's not as good as the decades of brand history of Tudor or Seiko, at $198 and with unique designs like this, that's all the proof I need. Now, I get a sense with Oblvlo that they're very clearly a kind of Jacob & Co, Hublot, RM homage brand. But with this watch, the closest watch that I could find was this. A watch I definitely see clear differences between. Again, as an enthusiast that despises rip-offs as much as the next guy, this has enough of its own DNA as I need to see. Now into the main attraction. This watch displays two circular rotating hour and minute subdials that slowly dance around the surface of the Earth as time passes. I really like how they've chosen a piece of the Earth that's not Eurocentric as we're used to. Not only because it's a refreshing change of pace, but also because I can definitely see how pointless the dial would look if there was land in the middle of the dial that was covered up by the subdials on the compass. At least with this design, we still get to see land parts of the Earth on either side of the dial, no matter what time of day it is. The compass is a nice touch, tying into the Earth / location / exploring theme. And I think the red of the compass stands out, yet fits into the color scheme really well. I'm also glad they chose a simple dress watch case, as it draws the eyesight to the centerpiece in a humble way. I'd hate to imagine this on an awful Submariner bezel or something like that. The watch feels of good quality, and the box and packaging are exactly what you'd expect at this price point. And speaking of $198, it seems very reasonable for me, as I really believe you're paying for the design more than anything else. Now, just before I discuss the negatives, here are the specs on the screen now. All right, time for the negatives. Delivery. Now, I'm the kind of guy that likes things done a certain way, so this won't bother most of you, but it did come a few days late, although I was happy with the tracking process for my peace of mind. Now, what I will say is that it's possible that I misread their policy, as I know that some companies will write 3 days for their delivery times, but further down the page explain that that means 3 days from the date that we post it, which could be 8 years from whenever we want. So bear that in mind and check for yourself. The second issue, the case thickness. Now, as many of you know about me, I love my thin watches, and for my thick watches, I'm more inclined to accept a watch's thickness if the edges of the case are shaped in a way that doesn't protrude up from my wrist too much. And this watch does no such thing. It goes straight up, which is definitely a watch ick for me. Next is that the watch strap hue is slightly off what the dial's blue is. But this was clear in the photos, to be fair. Not all blues are the same. It's not the brightness, it's not the saturation, it's the hue. It's off. So I'll probably replace the strap at some point. Finally, I noticed on another watch review for a different watch from Oblvlo that watch arrived with a clear defect that I would say is worth returning the watch for. Now, while nothing seems to be a problem for my watch now, only time will tell. And there you have it. Now, is Oblvlo legit? I would say yes. What about the quality of their watches? This one is definitely worth it for me. If you enjoyed this video and think that we might have similar taste in watches, check out this video right here and comment any in-depth reviews that you want to see from my collection. See ya.